Now, for those of you who've never heard of this name, Morara Kebaso, take note. He is a former student leader. He is a certified lawyer. And now he's going out of his way around the country, literally, to expose, what do you call, defunct projects? Projects that the government initiates and never follows through on. And the videos he's been filming, and he's been there physically, have literally gone viral. He's only 28 years old. Gen Zs, you are represented today. Morara, good to see you, man.
Thank you so much.
And you know, your imitation of the president is fantastic as it is. But on a very serious note, you are exposing a lot of white, I call them white elephant projects. Yes. I don't know what you call them. It's just, you know.
I call them crime scenes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Go on.
I've gone around the country. I've been to 19 counties now. And I was just touring projects that have been launched by His Excellency Dr. William Ruto when he was Deputy President, and now that he's President, to see how they are doing, to see whether something started and whether something is going on and whether we have hope of that project being a benefit to the people of Kenya. And to my utter disappointment, it is not.
And you film all this.
Yes, I do.
And we've seen the videos where you go there and the plaque, you know the plaque where they inaugurate the projects?
Yes.
The plaque is still there in some parts?
Yes.
And there's nothing,
to
show for it?
There's nothing to show for taxpayers' money spent.
We're talking billions.
Billions and billions of shillings.
Give us a couple of examples.
Yesterday, I was in Makueni County. I was in a road called Katua Nunguni Road. This road was launched by Dr. William Ruto together with President Uhuru Kenyatta. This is Katua Ke Nunguni Road in Makueni County. It was allocated 362 million. Already, as per the Auditor General's report, the contractor has already been paid 255 million shillings. And you can see for yourself, there's no road at all.
No road?
The people of Makueni are suffering. The people of Makueni are suffering. I went to tour the Thwake Dam project, although I arrived there at night. But one of my interests in the Thwake Dam project is that for this project that was supposed to cost about 38 billion Kenya shillings, the contractor was paid an extra amount of 236 million as interest for late payment.
What?
Yeah, this has led me to the belief that pending bills is actually a conduit to loot public funds. A contractor was paid 236 million on top of what he was supposed to be paid as interest for late payment. You know, tulikuchelewesha, we are going to give you 236 million.
But and the project hasn't been done.
The project for Thwake Dam is ongoing. But as you can see, this is what I say about the projects of President William Ruto. It's either they never start, or if they start, they stall, or if they don't stall, they are finished with massive looting of public funds. So everywhere it's a crime scene. Even if you go to a complete project, an ongoing project, Kenya is a crime scene. It needs to be fenced off for investigation.
There's the other one that you talked about with Machakos County Governor Wavinya Ndeti.
Yes.
The road that leads to her residence.
Where she lives.
Yeah.
It's called the Devki Kinani Road. The Devki Kinani Road was allocated 1.7 billion shillings in 2021. The scheduled time for completion was July 2024. Now we are in August. It is not even, we cannot even say it's 20%. There is nothing. And remind you, out of the 1.7 billion, the contractor has already been certified to be paid 476 million and has received in his account 238 million. If you go to that road, it is dusty when it's dry and it is muddy when it's wet. The people there, they're suffering. Yet somebody has already pocketed public funds.
Why is it that roads or road projects generate so much corruption?
It's not just road projects. There's theft in every government agency. There's theft in the Ministry of Health for the equipping of hospitals. There's theft in the Ministry of Water for building of dams and water projects and reticulation of water. There's theft in the Ministry of Agriculture, through donor funds which are given to small-scale farmers and for youth for youth who practice agriculture. There is theft everywhere. There is theft in your local chief's office. And for me, the reason I focus very much on President William Ruto is because if we didn't have a corrupt president, 50% of corruption in government would not be there. So the fish rots from the head. The moment the president is corrupt, everybody gets the confidence to steal.
Yeah.
So everybody will steal to the lowest level, including a teacher in a school.
Your videos have they've gone viral since you started filming.
Yeah.
And we have a couple of them, and we want to just show our viewers just one such project that you visited and you talked about. Washira, cheza kama wewe.
Welcome again to another episode of the Vampire Diaries. I am at Bomachoge Chache. This is Kisii County, and this is Nyamonyo KMTC. Now, on the 19th of October 2019, His Excellency President William Ruto came here to launch this project. As you can see, the name is not there, lakini receipt nitaweka kwa kalatas. So I just want us to inspect the college so that I show you some of the nurses that are graduating from here, the good work that lecturers are doing here, and how the administration is actually building this institution to be one of the best in the country. Remember, worldwide we have a shortage of 32 million nurses, and that's why different nations around the world, especially developing nations, are trying to train more nurses to fit that deficit. There's a big deficit of nurses. In fact, we're supposed to train 150,000 nurses within the next 5 years. So we're already training the nurses here. In fact, we've graduated a few, and we have a few who are still in school.
I love the dry humor where you show it, and you're telling people it is what it is.
That particular project, it's a complete project. Although the workmanship was very poor, it's complete, but it's never graduated any nurse. It's just an idle building. Yeah, just an idle building. You could go and live there, by the way.
What?
Yeah.
It's like a white elephant.
It's a white elephant, just wastage of public funds. The nurses, there are no nurses being trained there. There's no administration. It's just an abandoned place, and that is it. As you can see, I was not even stopped at the gate.
Yeah.
I opened the gate myself.
You went in yourself?
Yeah, I inspected the whole project without being asked anything.
And the same thing you did with a fisheries project. Where was that?
Kabonyo Kanyagwal. That is in Kisumu County. Kabonyo Kanyagwal, it was funding coming from the Hungary Exim Bank. Now,
so it was a loan?
It was a loan from the Hungary Exim Bank. And before I go too far on that loan, it's good I tell you that I was actually disappointed at the kind of people that are negotiating our loans. Because this particular loan, we are going to pay it back with taxpayers' money. But somebody decided to put it in the contract of the loan that the company that is going to build that project must be from Hungary. So why are we spending our money and not giving Kenyan contractors opportunities?
Yeah.
This particular project was costing 2.5 billion Kenya shillings for Kabonyo Kanyagwal. President William Ruto launched it, and you can see, I showed you, it's a tombstone. It's just kids playing, it's just grass and an abandoned place.
There's
not even a single tractor, not even a site house has been built there.
And no Hungarians.
Yeah, and now the president is back in Nyanza for a development tour to promise more when he has not delivered. Because the same Nyanza where he is now is where he promises so in Koru Dam, which is yet to be complete. All right? It is the same place where he promised the Bondo, Uyawi, Kibanga, Liunda Beach Road on the 9th of September 2023. If you go and look at that road, it's desperation. It is the same place where he launched the Lowan Zoia Irrigation Project Phase 1 on the 7th of June 2019. So it is just coming, launching projects, but never following through. Well, I do feel like as a country, we've lost it on the terms of political tokenism. The president I should not sing praises to the president for him to bring development to my region. You've seen members of parliament saying, sisi tunamkaribia rais, ndio alete maendeleo kwetu. Mimi nafanya kazi na rais, ndio maendeleo ikuje kwangu. Development is a right of every Kenyan. As long as you're paying taxes, the president can stay in Nairobi and you can still get development because it's your right as a taxpayer. But now we've gotten to this tokenism where the president dishes out development projects as gifts for the people that support him politically and punish the regions that do not support him politically by denying them development. It's a sad situation, and it's not what the drafters of the Constitution intended, and it's not what we pay the president to do, because we pay this guy a lot.
Speaking of which, Morara, you know, what you're doing is very bold and is very fearless.
Yes.
And I know it's gotten a lot of people very...
Jittery.
Jittery, that's the word, very jittery.
Yeah.
And State House has called you. You've had calls from the president.
Yeah.
Himself.
Initially, I had calls from people around the president. Then eventually, I got a call from the president. I spoke to him very respectfully because he's our president and he has been given that mandate by the people. And whatever I was offered, I refused. I was offered a state position. Serikali ni kubwa. Come, we find you something. But I believe it's overcrowded over there. There are enough people over there. And being a brilliant person and a person of integrity, I believe that if I go into government, I'm going there to be corrupt, because there's too much demand for corruption. There's too much demand for you to steal money and give to certain people. So for that reason, I'll not be comfortable. I'll be depressed working there. I'd rather stay at my furniture shop and do my business. Truthfully speaking.
Ukakata?
Yeah.
Ukakata?
Nilikata.
Na president alikwambia serikali ni kubwa?
The government is big. We can find you something to be busy.
Good Lord. Where did you come from, man? Nobody says no to the Gava.
No, extraordinary times bring extraordinary people.
And you're part of it?
I believe so.
I want to take a break, come back, talk some more with this young man. This Gen Z is making waves. Morara Kebaso, folks, remember that name, because this man he's fearless, he's bold, he's taking on the government. And he says, you know what? Your tax money, all that money you all pay to the government, it's being siphoned off. And you need to know about it. Listen to this young man. My goodness, what a man. Jeff Koinange Live takes a break. Keep tweeting at Koinange Jeff, at Citizen TV Kenya. The hashtag, JK Live. JK Live takes a break. We'll be back. There's still business and still sports.